Ever heard of a city so magical that even pigeons there look fancier? Welcome to Prague, a place where fairy tales come to life, and every corner looks like it was designed for Instagram. Be honest, when you think of a European vacation, you probably imagine Paris, Rome, or Santorini, right? Well, Prague is here to steal the spotlight. From a castle so grand it makes Disney jealous, to streets that feel like you've time traveled, this city is an underrated treasure waiting to blow your mind. And let's talk about the food, because what's a trip without stuffing your face? Ever tried tridelnik? It's a pastry so good that your taste buds might start a petition for you to move here permanently. Stick around as we uncover the 10 most enchanting places in Prague that deserve a top spot on your bucket list. And hey, if you love discovering hidden gems, smash that like button and subscribe for more travel adventures. Number 1. Prague Castle, the king of castles. Alright, let's start with the heavyweight champion of Prague, Prague Castle. This place isn't just any castle. It holds the Guinness World Record for being the largest ancient castle in the world. That's right, bigger than Hogwarts, bigger than Cinderella's castle at Disneyland, and way older than your grandma's favorite antique collection. Now, here's a fun question. What's the one thing every great castle needs? If you said a ghost, you might be right. This place has been around for over 1,000 years, and with all that history, there has to be a few royal spirits lurking around. Inside, you'll find the breathtaking St. Vitus Cathedral, which looks like something straight out of a fantasy novel. The stained glass windows here are so stunning that even people who don't care about art suddenly become obsessed. And the view? Climbing up those tower steps will leave you gasping, both from the beauty and the fact that it's a serious leg workout. Number 2. Charles Bridge, the most famous selfie spot. If there's one place that defines Prague, it's Charles Bridge. Built in the 14th century, this bridge has seen more history than your high school textbook. Lined with 30 statues of saints, it's basically an open-air museum. But let's be real. Most people come here for one reason, to rub the statue of St. John of Nepomuk for good luck. Legend says that if you touch it, you'll return to Prague one day. Either that, or your next vacation won't be a disaster. Also, if you love street performers, this bridge has some of the best. You'll find musicians, painters, and that one guy who pretends to be a statue for hours. Seriously, how do they do it? Number 3. Old Town Square, time travel in the middle of the city. Next stop, Old Town Square, the heart of Prague. This place is like a living postcard. Colorful Baroque buildings, cobblestone streets, and a vibe that makes you want to stay forever. And of course, we have to talk about the astronomical clock, one of the oldest functioning clocks in the world. Every hour, people gather like they're about to watch a blockbuster movie. The show? A tiny parade of medieval figures that last about 15 seconds. Not exactly the Avengers, but hey, it's been working for 600 plus years, so we'll give it credit. Hungry? This square is full of food stands selling tridelnik, a sweet, crispy pastry that's basically a sugar-coated hug for your taste buds. And yes, it's touristy, but who cares? It's delicious. Number 4. Wenceslas Square, where history meets shopping. Think of Wenceslas Square as Prague's version of Times Square, just with more history and fewer giant billboards. This is where major protests, celebrations, and even revolutions have happened. In 1989, thousands of Czechs gathered here to peacefully protest communism, eventually leading to freedom. So, next time you're here, grabbing a coffee or shopping for souvenirs, just remember, this place helped change history. And speaking of shopping, Wenceslas Square has everything: boutiques, restaurants, and even some wild nightlife spots, if you're in the mood to party. Number 5. Vltava Park, the view you can't miss. If you love stunning city views, Vltava Park is the place. This park sits on a hill, giving you a breathtaking panoramic view of Prague's red rooftops and bridges. And let's talk about something very important: beer gardens. Vltava Park has one of the best beer gardens in Prague, where you can sip on an ice-cold Czech beer while admiring the skyline. Sounds perfect, right? Oh, and fun fact, this park used to have a massive statue of Stalin back in the day, but now, just good vibes and even better beer. Number 6. Petrin Hill and the mini Eiffel Tower. Want Paris vibes without the Paris crowds? Prague has Petrin Lookout Tower, which looks like a baby Eiffel Tower. But here's the catch. You have to climb 299 steps to reach the top. If you're feeling adventurous or just had too many tredilniks, it's a great workout. Not in the mood? No worries. Just take the funicular train up the hill and enjoy the romantic gardens around. This place is a dream for couples, so if you're traveling with your significant other, get ready for some moments. Number 7. The Dancing House, the most playful building in Prague. Let's take a break from all the medieval stuff and talk about something modern. The Dancing House. This curvy, wavy-shaped building literally looks like it's dancing. Some people call it the Fred and Ginger House, after the famous dancing duo Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Inside, there's a rooftop bar where you can grab a drink and enjoy the view. But honestly, half the fun is just standing outside and trying to figure out how a building can look so tipsy without actually falling over. Number 8. Camper Island, a fairy tale hidden in the city. Right next to Charles Bridge is Camper Island, one of Prague's best-kept secrets. This place feels like you just walked into a storybook. Cobblestone streets, colorful houses, and swans gliding across the river. And here's a must-visit spot: the Lennon Wall. What started as a small tribute to John Lennon has now turned into a giant wall of graffiti, messages of peace, and endless layers of paint. The best part? You can add your own message. Number 9. Vyšehrad, Prague's secret castle. If Prague Castle is the celebrity, Vyšehrad is the underrated indie star. This ancient fortress is way quieter than Prague Castle, meaning you get all the magic without the crowds. It's got gorgeous views, historic churches, and a peaceful atmosphere that makes you feel like you discovered a hidden gem. Number 10. Czech cuisine, the real reason to visit Prague. Now, let's talk about food, because what's a trip without eating like a king? Here's what you must try. Goulash, a thick, beefy stew served with dumplings, comfort food at its finest. Svikova, marinated beef in a creamy sauce, also with dumplings, because Czechs love their dumplings. Trdelník, that sweet, crispy cinnamon sugar pastry that you'll probably eat at least 5 times. Czech beer. The Czechs drink the most beer per capita in the world. They don't play around. If you leave Prague without gaining at least a few pounds, you did it wrong. And there you have it. 10 absolutely enchanting places in Prague that deserve a top spot on your travel bucket list. Now, the real question is, which one are you visiting first? Are you climbing up Prague Castle, taking a lucky selfie on Charles Bridge, or just skipping everything and heading straight for the beer gardens? No judgment here. One thing's for sure. Prague is a city that steals your heart, fills your stomach, and leaves you with stories to tell for a lifetime. So, if you ever find yourself wandering these magical streets, just remember, rub the statue, eat the Trdelník, and never say no to another round of Czech beer. If you liked this video, smash that like button and subscribe for more exciting travel content. See you in the next one.